Good morning, everyone. This is Ravegal, and we are getting back into my run of Elden Ring today. Last we left off, we had finished off the Academy, and in so doing, I had mentioned I was going to take a break, and in that time, I have written up some notes, and I feel like we are ready to progress. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be releasing these as regularly as I have been, but we'll see. So, we have a couple things that we're going to do to backtrack, and there are a couple more bosses that we're going to be looking at next. Most of what we've got coming up here is going to be involving Caelid, the Altus Plateau, and Volcano Manor. In the next few videos, or in then this series of videos, we'll say, before I take another break.
Well, I see you found another great room.
I did.
Wonderful. You are a worthy fellow tarnished indeed.
Thank you.
Make the journey to the capital, Leyndell, that lies to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The two fingers will deny your passage no longer.
So
you may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring, for we are tarnished, and we must answer the call of grace.
Okay. So we are going to take a moment now to ask about Radahn.
Radahn, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Malenia and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds to Limgrave's east. And now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no mean feat.
Caelid is the worst.
Survivors of Radahn's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radahn is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore.
Okay. So, Radahn is probably going to be our next boss that we go after. I am a little bit unsure at this point of exactly where I want to go, or the exact order I want to do everything in. So just to kind of give a quick overview of my thought process here. Volcano Manor has a bunch of side quests associated with it. And doing those side quests helps you bypass a bunch of stuff. However, it also requires us to go further, like over to Leyndell, to actually finish the side quests. I haven't quite decided if I want to do all of those side quests or not. Caelid, General Radahn's area is down here. If we do a bunch of other stuff first, we can actually skip most of General Radahn's castle and jump right to the boss. So that is probably what I'm going to be looking to do there. So in a kind of weird way, I'm waiting and doing a bunch of other stuff so that I don't have to do the dungeons and can just do the bosses. That's my current plan. However, we do have a few other things we need to do first. And the first one of those is we have Millicent here at the Church of the Plague, still sick. And I would like to save her. So we're going to go back to Inner Aeonia, where I spent quite a bit of time farming for my this scythe. And we are going to remember how to play this game, hopefully. We need to go, I believe it's south to the boss. There we go. So Commander O'Neill is going to drop the item we need, which I am... This weapon is not great for horseback. Yeah. Stake of Marika. Actually, if I remember right, the Stake of Marika for this is bad. But oh well. Let's switch over to... I want to say Black Flame is a good option for this. Much better to be or to do from horseback than the other options that I was looking at. By the way, we are on horseback because there are puddles of scarlet rot all over this area. And when you are on horseback, you cannot be inflicted with scarlet rot from the ground. Also gives us a lot of movement, which is good, obviously, and helps us avoid all of these archers and potentially close with said archers. And like we're seeing here, when we're moving and shooting at the same time, it is a lot harder for us to get hit. Crap. Oh, good. That did kill. Okay, so we got all the soldiers. So now we just have Mr. O'Neill. I think this is more bang for my buck. I think he just summoned more soldiers. That's unfortunate. Okay. I think at this point we focus him down still. We have enough range that we should be good to do that, since these are all melee. Awesome. That unlocks another point, Commander Standard, as well as the unalloyed gold needle, which is the one we need to help Millennia. At this point, we can, or not Millennia. Millennia is a very different character. Millicent.
If you are wise, my flesh.
Okay, we can't. Okay, so we need to go back to Gowrie first. Which this is always annoying to get back to. There's not a great spot for it. So we're gonna ride back along my favorite section of highway. Complete with my... Oh, crap. I was not paying attention. I was thinking that guy was dead. It's a thing that I probably could do here at some point. I don't feel like beating him would be super challenging with the loadout we've got, but it's still a dragon, and it still comes down to, I think in this case, it's going to come down to, that seems like a great challenge to do after I've played a little bit more and I'm back in the rhythm of it and feeling a little more confident. Okay. This route was probably the best choice. And we're going to go straight through here, jump, and ignore them. Celia Gateway. Oh, hi. Hi, friend.
You found the unalloyed gold needle. As promised, I've detailed the secret of Syria right here. Go on. It's yours. Now let me have a look at the needle.
I made a mistake.
Well, this is a marvel indeed. The work of a true artisan, a meticulous, bold craftsman who grasps the essence of life. Can you give me some time with this as well?
This isn't a Bethesda game. What are you doing up there?
Can you as well made? Can you give me as well made as it is?
Okay, it won't be much use snapped in half like this. Yep. So we're going to give him a little bit of time with it. Unfortunately, what that means is we need to rest at a waypoint. And again, there are no waypoints anywhere near Gowrie's shack. Do we have... Yeah. Fortunately, I don't remember what we were doing next, what we were pushing for. I think at this point... we do have a few more things that are going to take higher faith than this, that we're going to be getting not right away, but relatively soon. The other thing would just be to do, these three because stamina, health, and MP are good things to have. You know what? I felt like I ran out of MP very quickly during that last fight, so we're just gonna do this. And I will do some thinking about the actual build before I'm not gonna make any promises. There's like a couple spells that I want to make sure I'm able to cast. There's an upgrade to Black Flame that we're going to be getting in a little bit. In particular, giant is just hanging out all ominous up there. And this time, I'm going to make sure I actually kill this dog before we talk to him. Dog, or whatever that is. They're kind of like a T-Rex dog.
I have awaited. The needle is repaired. Now it will forestall the rotting sickness, I'm sure. Will you give it to the girl, Millicent? I will reward you in kind. Millicent rests at the church atop the cliff beyond Celia, the town yonder, tended to by the witless pests who worship her, or rather her rotting sickness, as a god. A wretched fate, indeed. The poor girl, she never wished for any of this.
Okay. So that means we can now go back up to Church of the Plague, which we do have a point for. And
If you are wise, you will leave in me. My flesh writhes with scarlet rot. You ask that I stab myself with the needle to quell the scarlet rot. But how? Never mind. I've decided I would rather trust you than simply continue to spoil from within. Would you mind averting your eyes for a moment?
so Millicent is one of the main NPCs we're going to be following the quest line of. One of the things I was looking at.
Well, that was easier than expected. But why do I feel so...
Okay. So yeah, Millicent is one of the characters we're going to be following the quest. One of the things I was looking at was I hadn't realized how many NPCs I had missed my first playthrough.
I hoped to see you again. My apologies. When last we met, I fainted before I could even thank you. Everything is as you said. Since inserting the needle, the scarlet rot has ceased to writhe. Even the nightmares have abated. And now, though I can scarcely believe it myself, I can move as I please. Not that I could ever truly repay you, but I would like you to have this, by way of thanks. A token though it is.
Okay. She gives us the prosthesis wearer heirloom, which is a talisman. And it's a fairly good talisman, if I remember correctly. Raises dexterity. Never mind, I'm lying. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good. I feel like I should have another one of these equipped. Did I, like, forget to re-equip stuff, or did I get a third slot and not realize it? Raises holy attack? That could actually be really good for the time being. Lowers damage negation, so we're going to take a little bit more damage, but when we're using our Halo Scythe weapon, it'll be really good.
I'm considering leaving. On a journey. With the needle buried in my flesh, I've started to recall, but dimly. My destiny. It's all thanks to you. My name is Millicent. I pray fate permits us meet again.
Okay. So, like I said, Millicent's one of the NPCs we're going to be following. Part of what I've been trying to figure out is what ending we're going for and what NPCs quest lines we need to do that. Kind of a bare minimum, I guess, of what I need to do versus what I'm going to do versus what I can actually feasibly do in a long form video like this without this turning into a year-long project. So Millicent, Alexander are the two like non-essential NPCs that I'm kind of thinking offhand. Box is pretty easy to follow. We'll do some other ones along the way as well. And then the main ending that I'm looking at doing is, since we're going with a faith build, I'm thinking I'm going to follow Brother Corwin's quest, which gives you, I think it's the flame ending. But it's basically, or the gold mask ending. And it is basically tied to faith. So I figure with that as part of the, oh, I forgot to rest at the point. Yeah, this might still work. Why am I using this shield? I thought I was using one in particular that didn't use parry. I'm guessing it's because I can't equip this yet. Meh.
Oh, hello again. Something about this place felt familiar to me, so I decided to pay a visit. Hoping to find someone here, but I've only found emptiness. Perhaps before my departure, I needed someone to say farewell to. Well, never mind that. I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong. Well, I must focus,
Okay.
must stay strong.
So, that is the NPC quest that we have to do for this area. There is one other area that I want to make sure we revisit before we continue, and that is Fort Baroth. Now, the reason we need to do this is because this area, let's see, key items, there we go. We currently have the left half of the Dectus medallion. The right half happens to be in this fort that we've visited multiple times before. I should heal before I go in. I'm not super low or anything. Just always a good habit to get back into. So we're going to want to use the Grand Lift, and to do that we need to get the other half. This place is kind of a weird little side area. There's no real boss or anything like that. but it's laid out so bizarrely. I think that's like a more powerful one than the other one we were fighting. And we are now poisoned, which is not good. And got yelled at. Okay. I should check real quick on what my wondrous physic is, because that's something that I didn't check earlier. I just used it because I figured it does something good. Um, wondrous physic. We currently have HP and damage. I mean, let's do this. That makes it a lot stronger to lead with, because it's just straight up going to give us a damage boost. So we'll finish off these weaker ones first. Actually, no, let's just try it. It's not a huge damage boost, but it is a little bit more than we were doing against the last one. That almost killed me instantly. Let's step outside quick. Do I have the poison negation? I don't. Okay. We get to take the boring way. There we go. Just have to be a little more aggressive, I guess. Which is fine. Oop, that's another big one. Glad we didn't accidentally trigger both of those at the same time. That's bad. Okay. The other side of that I wasn't thinking about, which is, hey, I can totally use this as a weapon as well. Missed one. I'm gonna hope that it's a weaker one. It is. And that gave us a good refill on all of our potions. And that lets us get to the room, which is where we need to go. think this is a trap, but I might be wrong. It is not a trap. It is what we're looking for. Okay, so there's the Dectus medallion. That's the big thing we're looking for. Now, there's a bunch of random stuff down here that we can't see yet. There's like ghosts that are going to show up as we go across. The trick here is to get to this other area. I want to say... Nope. It's down one of these holes. This one? I think it's this one. So I'm just gonna kind of... Crap. That's a bunch of those guys. Where did my health go? There's nothing more obnoxious than feeling like you're safe and then getting randomly killed by a rat. Right, is apparently following us. That rat I'd feel slightly less bad about, but still, my point stands. I got really lucky. Or I feel like I got really lucky there. And then we're going to jump down here. And this is like the other side of some of those walls that we were on earlier. And that gives us Radagon's Sore Seal. So at this point, we've got two of these. We've got Radagon's Scar Seal, which raises our attributes by 3. And the Sore Seal, which raises them by 5. Now, increases the damage you take as well. So we're not going to be using them all the time. But if we're in a spot where I want to be more aggressive, if I'm feeling confident about the fact that I'm not going to be taking hits anyway, which, let's be clear here, is not the best strategy all the time, but is sometimes the strategy I use. It's especially not the best strategy to use when you are wearing armor and stuff. But that just makes sure that when I make those mistakes that I'm going to make, that I don't die instantly. So yeah. Okay. I don't suppose I got enough for a level up. I didn't. Although actually, we got some runes. Let's do like a 5. How's that do? Not enough. How about those 9s? 2 of those 9s would have been perfect. That's all right. And I think at this point we're going to do another faith boost. Actually, no. I need to be smart about this. I want some more endurance. I ran out of endurance a lot in that last section, and I need to be smart about that. Especially with this armor. Okay. So I think that's gonna do it for this video. We've I know there's a lot of Caelid that we haven't gone through. The big thing with that is I don't care, because Caelid is awful. We'll go back through some more of it later, I'm sure. But at this point, I think what I actually want to do next is pretty simple. We've got this medallion, and it is time to head up the lift, the Altus Plateau. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.